In this video, we're looking at how to solve absolute value equations algebraically. So an absolute value equation is one with those brackets. So something like this. So we got the absolute value of 2x plus 5 equals 15. So we're going to learn how to solve these using algebra. So in algebra, to cancel out something and move it to the other side, you need to do the opposite. So if we just had that 5 equals 15, we're just going to subtract that 5 over there. But we got these brackets in the way. So to cancel out absolute value sign algebraically, well, we're going to use these things called squiggles. So they just look like that. And so if we see this equation here, we need to cancel out those absolute value brackets so then we can solve algebraically. So to do that, we're going to use the squiggles. So we're going to squiggle here and then squiggle to the other side because you always need to do on both sides of the equal. And so that cancels out the absolute value brackets. And what the squiggles do is they're going to create two equations, one with a positive 15 and one with a negative 15. So we're going to have 2x plus 5 equals a positive 15, and then we're also going to have 2x plus 5 equals a negative 15. So note that whatever in the brackets is on the same side of the equal sign on both, but on the right side we're going to have a positive, and then we're also going to have an equation with a negative. And from this point you would just solve both problems algebraically. So let's do an entire problem from start to finish. So we got 4 times the absolute value of 2x plus 3 minus 8, and that equals 20. So our first step is actually not going to squiggle. We have to have just the absolute value brackets on that side to do that. So first we're going to have to get rid of that 8, and then we're going to get rid of the 4, and then we're going to squiggle. So first let's just add the 8 over. That cancels out the 8's. So we got 4 times the absolute value of 2x plus 3 equals 20 plus 8 is 28. Next, let's get rid of that 4. So it's 4 times the whole bracket. So we can actually divide by 4 and cancel that out. And then we got to do that to the other side. So that cancels out the 4. And so now we have the absolute value of 2x plus 3 equals 28 divided by 4, which is 7. And now we're going to do the squiggles to cancel out the brackets. And we'll squiggle the 7. So those cancel out. And now we got our two equations, one with a positive 7. So we have 2x plus 3 equals positive 7. And then we're going to have 2x plus 3 equals negative 7. And now we're just going to solve them both algebraically. Let's start with the one on the left. So we're just going to subtract the 3, cancels out. So we got 2x equals 7 minus 3, which is 4. Let's divide by 2 to cancel out that and leave x. So we got x equals 4 divided by 2, which is 2. So that's our first answer. And remember, in absolute value equations, you're always going to have two answers. It will never be more than that or less. It's going to be always 2. So let's try this one now. Subtract the 3. So we got 2x equals negative 7 minus 3, which is negative 10. So 2 times x, let's cancel out that 2. So we got x equals negative 10 divided by 2. So x equals negative 5. So those are our two solutions, x equals 2 and x equals negative 5. And that is how you solve absolute value equations algebraically.